the drama.
Penalty, is it? Yes, he's given it.
All the excitement.
Oh, what a time to score!
EA Sports Talk Radio with Andy Goldstein and Ian Dark.
Another great email was coming. Thank you so much for sending all your text, tweets and emails to us here at EA Sports Radio. This one's from Johnny Roberts. It says, in the run-up to the World Cup, Ian, how important is it that the players get time in the club sides, or does the manager already have his side picked, irrespective of club form? Great question, that is, because you look at the English national side, Joe Hart spent time on the subs bench when, of course, Pantilimon was playing, and then came back. Various other players, of course, were on the sideline. They weren't first choice for their club. What's your view on it? Is it irrelevant what they're doing for their club?
No, it's not irrelevant, because you wouldn't want to pick a player who hardly had kicked a ball in the first team for about 6 months because he was out of favour. You want the player to have been in the first team so he's got match sharpness. By the same token, you don't want the player shattered from having played about 75 games during the season. So if he's had an injury in the middle of the season that's kept him out for a month, well, he's almost had like a little mid-season break. So that would be about ideal. Club form, obviously, is hugely important.
So what about if he wasn't? If it was Joe Hart and he wasn't playing, he wasn't first choice for City, you'd still play him?
Well, you'd have to make a much more tricky assessment there, because you'd have to ask yourself, is he up to speed if he's been sitting on the bench, wearing out the bench for the previous 6 months?
We're going to have a quick break, and when we come back, guess what we're going to talk about? Yeah, football, because we love it. See you in a second.
EA Sports Talk Radio with Andy Goldstein and Ian Dark.
And he's done it! Oh, what a big goal that is!
Your home for all the Brazil 2014 World Cup news.
Now, when you look at Argentina, the man with the responsibility of bringing the glory back home to that nation is Alejandro Sabella.
We used to call him Alex Sabella when he played in England for Sheffield United and Leeds for a bit.
I think we'll call him Alex Sabella. It's easier like that. Listen, the man has given stability to the national side. And, of course, more importantly, has found out how to get the best out of Messi, because the last time Messi was at the World Cup was under Diego Maradona, and he didn't really know how to use him. This time round, I feel it's different. I feel Messi has more confidence in his own game because he's been allowed to have that freedom on the pitch.
I think he's tried to get Messi to play for Argentina like he does for Barcelona, with that degree of freedom, and then the rest can all fit around that. But this fella is going to be a national hero, a huge national hero, if he's the man who takes an Argentinian side to Brazil of all places and wins the World Cup with them. And he's got the kind of squad of players who just might do that as well. But, of course, the converse of that is if they mess it up, he better go into hiding.
Now, don't go anywhere. We've got lots and lots to discuss. We're going to have a quick look through all the papers in just a moment, but first, a quick break.
Well, I've heard people try to play down the importance of this game, but try telling that to the players involved. Friendly international? Yeah, right. These men are playing for their countries and maybe for their international futures.
Of course, big opportunity for one or two to shine and firmly place themselves in their manager's plans.
Every one of the players involved in this match will be feeling a particular pride, a national pride at wearing the national colours.
Yeah, you work hard to get here. Now you don't want to waste the opportunity. You know, go and grab it with both hands.
Some of the best players in the English league now are African players. Some of the best players in the French league have always been African players. There are African players in the Spanish league, African players in the Italian league. They can compete at the top level. What is it going to take for an African nation to make an impact on the world stage?
I think they're having an impact, that's for sure. You've only got to look at the amount, as you said, top African players playing all the way around Europe and how good they are. These aren't just squad-filling players. These are players that are happy to go and get starting positions in some of the very finest clubs anywhere in the world. I think they are having an impact, and I think they're moving forward. I think their own leagues obviously have to be improved. Standards, facilities, etc. are now gradually being dragged forward. I don't think it'll be long before we have an African nation club really knocking on the doors of winning something.
That's an exciting prospect. Scrambled away to safety. Mac. Erasmus. Has a go. Going for goal, but not finding it.
He's missed the target, much to the relief of all the defenders, when I thought he might have hit the target.
Opened up for him here. Goal! They're off to a flyer here. He's a superstar, no other word for him. Their main man scores again.
You know, and he celebrates every goal as if it's his first. I love that.
Here's the replay, Andy. This will be interesting.
Here we go again. It's 1-0. Erasmus. Big chance. Oh, no, he's got to come all the way back. The linesman's flagged, it's offside. And Failer. Chance to score. Kaja. Hermack. Half time, and it's competitive enough, little in it. The managers wanted the result to matter in this match, and the result could go either way.
You know, whenever there's just one goal in it, Clive, the game is never done and dusted. So let's see what happens. I still think there's a good game here.
If they start the second half like they started the first, Clive, I'm afraid the outcome of this game is going to be obvious. This team are going to get beat.
You often find there's a little more space around in the second half as players tire. We'll see about that now. And Failer.
Modisi.
Might have a chance. Oh, not this time. Thought he scored again.
Lovely movement. Great positional sense he's got. I'm just surprised with the finish.
Just to try to add some extra energy to his team and close this game out. Modise. He'll have to come back. Linesman's flags up. Caught offside.
That's not the smartest of runs forward, is it? He was easily caught offside.
Time for a change. 3 of them, in fact. The manager is going to use all of his substitutes. Erasmus. Segalela. Picks out a teammate. What can he do? What can he do here? Oh, he was dead for him again. Couldn't score this time.
Really surprised he didn't knock that one in.
Well, if at first you don't succeed, then try and try again.
Is it a good cross? Cross wasn't a good one. Defenders in charge. Here comes in. Good game. Better than we might have expected. The outcome in doubt right to the very end, and something for both managers to take from it.
Yeah, plenty to look at there, Club. I enjoyed that. Could have gone either way.
The manager did say he was hoping to learn 1 or 2 things from this game. He's maybe learned that his team has still got a bit to find.
Well, they'll be delighted there were no points up for grabs today because that was a poor performance.
That's it. Andy and I have got 1 or 2 interviews to do with players and managers. Plenty more to be said about this one. We'll catch up with you at the next game.
All of the goals. All the action.
That could be the game right there.
EA Sports Talk Radio. Your home for the Brazil 2014 World Cup.
Let me get your views on the England manager, Roy Hodgson. Of course, brought in after the Capello debacle. The players are very familiar to him. Of course, has managed in the Premier League as well back home. What do you make of him? What do you make of his chances in this year's World Cup?
I think a lot of people felt that in some way he was a second choice when he took over. Harry Redknapp, you might remember, was expected to get that job for whatever reason.
But only expected by the public, not by the...
That's true.
The FA never made that call to him.
apparently not. So we understand, and you'd have to wonder why they didn't make that call to him, but that, as they say, is another story. The fact is, Roy Hodgson, he'd done a good job with Fulham. It didn't work out for him at Liverpool for whatever reason. Some say he would think he didn't really get a fair crack of the whip there. But what I think what you see is what you get with Roy, isn't it? He knows how to organise a team. He works very hard on the pattern of play. He knows the game back to front. So I don't think he's going to make a lot of silly mistakes. I mean, he's very impressive in dealing with the media. He talks straight. He's honest. He has a good relationship with the press corps who cover England, and a lot of managers, England managers in the past, have failed that particular test, and it's cost them. So solid is what you'd say, I think, about Roy Hodgson.
Still loads and loads to get through. We're going to go through your text, tweets and emails in just a moment. In fact, so much more to come. Do not go anywhere.
All the action from all the World Cup qualifiers.
Yes! Oh, he's done it! He's got the goal!
EA Sports Talk Radio with Andy Goldstein and Ian Dark.
I'll tell you why I feel sorry for Ian, and that is, of course, the manager of the Spanish team, Vicente Del Bosque. And I'll tell you why I feel sorry for him, because his team can only get worse. You know, he's produced such amazing football over the last few years, and everyone expects Spain to not necessarily retain the World Cup, but certainly do very well and go very close. But anything but success, this will sound bizarre, but you know what I mean, is a failure. You know, if they get to the final, he's failed, where the majority of other sides, if they get that far, they'll, you know, okay, it's a stepping stone to the next World Cup.
And this is a guy who got fired by Real Madrid after winning the title.
That's right.
For them as well. So
That's right.
He's been there before, but you've got to say, in his own quite understated way, he's been a fantastic coach. This is a man who's won the Champions League, the Euros and the World Cup as a coach, and no other coach in history can match that. And I think sometimes the best thing to do as a coach, and they're not often in this luxurious position, is not much at all. He's got a fantastic team. He's got an engine that works perfectly, and he's decided he's not going to tinker with it very much at all.
Still loads and loads to discuss. In fact, we're actually going to go through all the papers in lots of detail in just a moment. That's all coming your way right after this.
EA Sports Talk Radio with Andy Goldstein and Ian Dark.
You're listening to me, Andy Goldstein, and of course, Ian Dark, right here on EA Sports Radio. Time for an email, and it's coming from Walter Norman. When is a player truly in his prime, or does it vary by position?
Definitely varies by position. Goalkeepers tend to be in their prime in their late 30s, the way things are going. Dino Zoff won the World Cup, captained Italy in 1982 when he was 40 years old. Look at Ryan Giggs as an example, a speedy, tricky winger as a younger player, but then reinvented himself almost as a central midfield player as he got a little bit older, often used in a 3 in central midfield. So players do evolve. What if you're a pacey striker who relies on pace? Maybe that's the first thing that goes. You lose half a yard of that. So then, can you play in any other role, or are you going to be losing your first-team place? Teddy Sheringham never had any pace. He just had loads of class, and he went on playing in the Premier League till he was well over 40.
Good answer. I like that. That's a good answer. You cannot argue with any of that.
Thank you.
No, Walter, thank you. When we come back, guess what? Loads more football chat. See you in a second.
Well, I've heard people trying to play down the importance of this game, but try telling that to the players involved. Friendly international? Yeah, right. These men are playing for their countries and maybe for their international futures.
Of course, big opportunity for one or two to shine and firmly place themselves in their manager's plans.
Every one of the players involved in this match will be feeling a particular pride, a national pride at wearing the national colours.
Yeah, you work hard to get here. Now you don't want to waste the opportunity. You know, go and grab it with both hands.
Taking charge of this one, Abdul Majid Al-Rashidi. Obadi. Look at this now. Needed to be more careful with that pass. Rather anxious clearance. Scrambled away to safety. Trying to find a way through. They need to get men forward now. Chance to break. The end of a disappointing 45 minutes, certainly for those who paid to watch this friendly. Maybe the manager's got something out of it.
Just had that sort of friendly feel about it, Clive, hasn't it? It just doesn't have the edge that those real big competitive matches have.
Well, the game started badly, and I'm afraid it's faded. It's been very, very poor, very disappointing for everybody in the ground here today.
Game restarts. Costa Rica will have been told they need to up their game here a little. Obadi. The support play from the man off the board is the key here. Has a chance here. It's in! Keeper got a hand to it, couldn't keep it out. He's such a good finisher. Power, precision, right into the corner.
Goalkeeper's got no chance there.
He struck that very hard and true, and it's gone right into the bottom corner of the goals.
Kicked off again. It's now 1-0. Bolaños. Ruiz. Chance maybe. Hit first time. And he's equalised.
When substitutes fail to make an impact, they take the blame. When they do well, the manager takes the credit.
That's a brilliant goal. You know, you don't always appreciate how difficult that is to just control the ball so well, just gently stroke it into the net.
As we were, that makes it 1-1. Oh, well, we know he can score, not this time, though.
Well, he's playing well, Clive. He's already hit the target. You'd have fancied him there.
Yep, he just rushed that. He just grabbed it. He just got a bit excited ahead of himself.
Dua. Could be a chance. Keeper saves, but it's still in there. It's got to show a bit more determination there. Oh, can't get to him. Desperate defending. A goal now would surely be enough. This could be the last attack. They can still win it. Diaz. Good cross there, cleared away by the defender. Honours even. The manager said tonight's game wasn't all about the result, and maybe the match reflected that.
Yeah, well, it was competitive enough, but I don't think either team really deserved anything more.
It was a good workout, wasn't it? They showed some spirit, showed some bottle, fought their way back.
Yeah, showed the character in this side, Clive. Don't underestimate this team. They may be down, but they're never out. They've come back very well today.
Thank you for being with us today. This is Clive Tilsley with Andy Townsend saying goodbye for now.
All the goals.
Scores!
All the action.
Oh, what a difference that's made!
EA Sports Talk Radio. Your home for all the Brazil 2014 World Cup news.
I have in front of me, Mr. Dark, an email addressed to you and I. You ready?
Yeah, go on.
Ian Jones. It says, as an England fan, I've heard the whole Lampard and Gerrard can't play together debate for the last few World Cups. Can they really not play together? And if not, why? From Sven. Oh, no, hold on. From Sven
From
to
Sven.
Capello to Hodgson. There you go. We've heard this before. Please explain. Why can't they play together?
Well, this is the oldest chestnut, isn't it, in English football? Why can't two players with 100 caps not play alongside each other? They're two great players and have been in the Premier League, but it's an often asked question. I don't see any reason why they can't fire together, and we might see them there sitting alongside each other at this World Cup.
Can I give an answer as to why I don't think they can now? That's because I think they're both getting old, and I think in this England side you need young legs.
Yeah, but this was a question that was being asked at their peak.
I know, but now you're talking about this World Cup, and I don't think they can play together. Definitely
not enough energy in the legs.
No,
I'd agree with that.
And I also think in previous games, in previous World Cups, they're too similar.
I mean, when Gerrard was younger, they both wanted to bomb forward and get goals from midfield.
There you go. I hope that answers your question, Sven. Sorry, I mean Ian Jones. Still loads more to come when we come back, including Ian Dark will be singing his favourite George Formby number. We'll be back in just a sec.
All the goals. All the action.
That could be the game right there.
EA Sports Talk Radio. Your home for the Brazil 2014 World Cup.
Donna Reed has emailed us here. She might have faxed it. She might have even telexed it. Do people still use the telex?
I think so, yeah.
Well, maybe she did. Donna, thank you for this.
If they're in a cave somewhere.
How did you get a signal?
Donna's not in a cave.
Donna said, it's often said that the influx of foreign players has damaged the domestic game and, in turn, England as a national side. Do you agree? Or do you think, like me, it's actually good for the game as the world's best inevitably create the best league and, in turn, the best competition for the up-and-coming domestic players? Firstly, do you remember what the question is about?
It is quite a long-winded one, isn't it? But I think I've got the gist of it. I think it's obviously not good for Roy Hodgson to be picking from a lesser pool of players than the England manager would have done some 20 years ago. But then people will turn around and say, well, hang on a minute. In the 1970s, England didn't qualify for the World Cup a couple of times, and just about the whole of the top flight was English. So that is an argument there, but you'd like to see more English players given a chance and to be playing in the Premier League. But I don't think it's damaged the league, which I think is a part of the question there. I think the product, the English Premier League, is a wonderfully dramatic and intense competition that has huge global appeal.
There you go, Donna. If you are in your cave, I hope you get that answer. We're going to have a quick break. Still lots and lots to discuss. And, of course, all about football. So join us in just a sec.
All the goals. All the action.
That could be the game right there.
EA Sports Talk Radio. Your home for the Brazil 2014 World Cup.
No World Cup points at stake here, but in a World Cup season, points to be made to managers, to the press, to the public. Winning a place in an international team for a tournament, it's like an election campaign. You've got to go out there and impress.
Certainly have, Clive. Look, these guys have all shown they can do it for their clubs. Now they've got to step up to the plate for their country.
Whatever the game, putting on an international shirt is a unique experience for a footballer, something to truly treasure, I would have thought.
Yeah, it's a lovely moment for you as an individual and for all the family. Let's hope they play well out there today.
Talking to stop, and there has been plenty of that. Time for the action now. Mario Rondon. Jose Rondon. Has he found someone? Volleyed it. That's gone wide, well wide. It was a dismal effort.
Well, look, he needs to concentrate there, Clive, because the accuracy wasn't good enough. He's better than that.
Find each other. Belhanda, good position here. The shot blocked. They've been handed the initiative here. He can cross it. Who's on the end of this? Scrambled away to safety. Obadi. Plenty of movement here, plenty going on around him. Here's a chance. He's kept it out, still in play. Benatia. Obadi. Hard time, and all a bit tame and tepid, really. Not sure we expected much from a friendly, but it's goalless.
Yeah, no real tempo to the game so far. Maybe a change or two might change that.
I think it's going to need something special to separate these two teams, Clive. Very few scoring opportunities here today.
So, what has the second half got in store for us? These two managers will have made the most of the interval to get their messages across. What have they said? Jose Rondon couldn't keep hold of the ball. There's no offside here. Oh, great diving save by the keeper. Good stop. They do a lot of work on these. On his head. Oh, what a goal! What a perfectly directed header. He's so good at that. And he just guided the ball perfectly with his head.
Oh, that's a good finish. You know, he's put his forehead straight through that.
Here's the replay, Andy. This will be interesting. Still plenty in this match. That makes it 1-0. Obadi. Keeping their patience, keeping the ball. Karja. Obadi. There's only the keeper to beat. Defender lost out there. Can't knock him off the ball easily. Really important clearance. The manager is going to gamble here. He feels he's got to change something if they're going to get anything out of this match, and here is the change. Good defending that, alive to the possibilities there. They'll need to do better than that. Belhanda. Is it a good cross? Cross is a good one, found his man, opening here. Great work from the goalkeeper. They could seal the win here. Now, how often do you see this? Three substitutes all preparing to come on together. Has a header! Oh, how good is this keeper? They've got a corner, and this is a team that always threatens at corners. Desperate defending. Couldn't have been much closer, could it? In a game when the result was maybe secondary, the result was in the balance right to the final whistle.
Yeah, that was a decent exercise. I think everyone here enjoyed that.
They'll be happy with that. Winning habits are the very best habits in this game, and they found a way to win this one, and that's all that counts.
Yeah, people take for granted that you just turn up, you go out there and win. It's not easy. This team have proved they stuck to their principles and they deserve their victory today.
We do appreciate you joining us again. From Andy and I, bye-bye.
EA Sports Talk Radio with Andy Goldstein and Ian Dark.
Well, it all begins here. Not long to go before the World... I say not long. I mean, it's 2 years, we know that, but not long in as much as you haven't got mistakes to make. Now we're in the qualifying stages for the World Cup. You've got to get off to a great start. The pressure's really on. And I look at the group as well. It's not an easy one to get out of.
And it's unthinkable for a lot of the teams to not actually make the World Cup itself, to miss the great big party. But we've seen big teams in the past not make it. So the important thing here is to start well, get the first 3 points on the board.
Right, time for a quick break, but still feel free to send us your text, tweets and emails. We're going to go through all of them in just a moment.
All the drama.
Oh, and he's hit the post! Oh, close!
All the excitement.
Oh, look at this, it's a red card, wow!
All the news.
And all of a sudden, the final moves a little closer, they're in front!
EA Sports Talk Radio with Andy Goldstein and Ian Dark. EA Sports Talk Radio.
They've got the early advantage!
Your home for all the Brazil 2014 World Cup news.
Very rare that a manager leaves a national side under, disappointing circumstances and then comes back 10 years later to manage them again into another World Cup. And that's exactly what the Dutch manager, Louis van Gaal, did. I, for one, am surprised they've gone with him again, but he's been there a couple of years now.
And it looks like they've qualified very well indeed for the World Cup. They've got some terrific players led by Robin van Persie and Arjen Robben. So this is a guy who is tactically very good. He is, interestingly, pretty much a strict disciplinarian, and I wonder whether
He looks it, doesn't he?
Yeah, I don't think you don't argue with Van Gaal. That was the word when he was at Bayern and Barcelona. Not all the players liked the environment he created, but I wonder whether it's the right environment for the sometimes tempestuous Dutch squad.
Right, loads more still to come, including all the stuff that we haven't managed to talk about just yet. So don't go away.
All the goals. All the action.
That could be the game right there!
EA Sports Talk Radio. Your home for the Brazil 2014 World Cup.
Hello, I'm Clive Tilsley. Alongside me is Andy Townsend. This is a qualifying game, a World Cup stepping stone.
Certainly is, Clive. Good to be with you here. Looking forward to this one.
Stadium here is decked in sunshine, not a cloud in the sky.
Glorious day. Let's hope we get a game to match.
Kick-off not far away. First, the anthems of Gambia and Morocco. Some of the most famous names in World Cup history have said that the idea of an African winner is now more than a pipe dream. African qualifying keeps throwing up new candidates every time. Who will emerge this year? Here come the first clues.
Yeah, well, remember Ghana in South Africa 2010? They were very, very good. Just missed out on penalties, of course, and some emerging nations, they'll be very difficult to handle.
Man in charge is Chris Mumple. Ready to go, the start of this qualifying match.
Chance maybe. Oh, it's there! Thought it was going over for a moment, it just dipped under the bar.
Yeah, striker looking very relieved that that one ends up in the net.
Not a goal that we'll ever get tired of seeing, this one. Keeping you updated on the Ivory Coast game. They've just got their noses in front in that one.
Could be a chance.
Keeper Parry, still a chance.
Pump downfield.
Not easy to get through. And news coming in from the game involving the New Zealanders. They've taken the lead in that one. Needs the right delivery. Chance here.
So frustrating when you build pressure and don't get any reward for it. No way through there. What a chance! Oh, what a save!
And news coming in from the game involving the Ecuador team. They're on terms in that one. There's nothing in it.
He's through on goal!
He's gone offside. And knowing this referee like I do, I think he's going to brandish a card for the foul a moment ago. There you are. Thought so. He's booked him.
Yep, spot on as well, Clive. Good referee, and try and let the game continue. But don't forget about that tackle, because it wasn't good enough.
Well, that's steady play all round, because he's picked up a yellow card. And he's now giving his team something to think about. They've got to defend an awkward situation here.
We've reached half-time in this one. It's 1-0.
Well, the home team just haven't got going so far, Clive. I think they need to up the tempo an awful lot more. Too many of their key players have gone missing for me.
Ready for the off again, and we are underway once more in this qualifying match. Niassi. An update on the Chile match. They've got a late goal in that game, and they've equalised. Now, can he produce? Is it a good cross? Looking to win the ball back. Gassama. He's got a chance. Tame cross. No trouble getting that one away. A roar of approval greets the final whistle. Expectations were running high before kick-off, but that's a result that comes up to expectations. They looked a team out there today.
They certainly did, but there's always room for improvement, Clive. That's 3 big points, but it's just a start.
Some you win, some you lose. Every game has something to remember it by, but the next one's never far away. Andy and I will be with you again very soon.
All the drama.
Penalty, is it? Yes, he's given it!
All the excitement.
Oh, what a time to score!
EA Sports Talk Radio with Andy Goldstein and Ian Dark.
Welcome back. So, the long road to Rio officially got underway in the last game, and the managers, the players, they've all had time to reflect, take stock of what's actually happened. Ian, they've been analysed by the press, critiqued by the fans. What do you make of it all?
Well, it's been a real hothouse, hasn't it? Every day there seems to be about 6 pages in the newspapers dissecting every element of the performance. I don't think that makes it very easy for the players, because it's like living in a kind of football goldfish bowl for them all the time.
Now, time for a quick break, which means you've got about 2 minutes to put the kettle on and have a cup of tea. And in that time, I'll be going through all your emails, tweets, texts, and questions with Ian Dark. We'll pick out the best ones and we'll reply to them in just a second.
EA Sports Talk Radio with Andy Goldstein and Ian Dark.
And he's done it! Oh, what a big goal that is!
Your home for Brazil 2014 World Cup news.
Time for another one of your emails right here on EA Sports Radio. Dear Andy and Ian from Fayerbrook. England, it's an easy one. England will win the World Cup, Ian, when?
2014, of course. We wish. We wish. Let's not be too much doom-mongers about this kind of thing. Things go in cycles in football. Maybe England, with some bright young players coming through, maybe 8, 12 years down the line.
I'll put you down as 8 to 12. And just to be on the safe side, I'll reply with never.
That's really horrible.
Just being honest. Now, don't go anywhere. Of course, we've got lots and lots to still discuss. In fact, we're going to go through all the papers in just a sec. It's all coming up right after this quick break.
All the goals. All the action.
That could be the game right there.
EA Sports Talk Radio. Your home for the Brazil 2014 World Cup.
From the Embassy Road studios in the crummy part of Soho. I can barely contain my excitement, Rog.
Why, David?
Because we're about to see some training.
Training day.
Yeah, I think we sometimes learn more from a training event than we do from actually watching an actual match, an actual friendly, an actual qualifier, an actual World Cup game. I think this is the foundry, Rog. This is the foundry where the iron, the steel, the blended metals get really made, get really formed, and the metals that will then blossom like metal flowers in the World Cup in Brazil in 2014.
You know, I always had you down as a believer in alchemy, David.
Yeah, I am.
But it's nice to know that you understand that to turn base metals from gold, you need training days. Because to me, national teams are fragile beasts.
Yeah.
They're ephemeral. They exist one international week at a time. There's an ever-evolving cast of players being shuttled in, discarded, new blood, in, out, in, out, in, out.
All the time.
We're praying they can adapt to the guys around them. And on those scant foundations are relationships, confidence, harmony, and World Cup glory built.
Okay, Rog, a lot more to discuss, a lot more to get through. But we got to take a breather. We got to take a break. We'll be right back after this.
All the goals. All the action.
That could be the game right there.
EA Sports Talk Radio. Your home for the Brazil 2014 World Cup.
Very warm welcome from me, Clive Tilsley. Andy Townsend is with me for a qualifying match on the road to Rio.
This will be interesting, Clive. I'm really up for this.
Something about night matches, isn't there? There's a real buzz, a real stensification here this evening.
Oh, I used to love playing in these night games, Clive.
All ready to go here, but not until we've heard the national anthems of Morocco and Ivory Coast. Well, this team certainly entertained us last time out, didn't they? Let's see if they can continue the form with which they won their last match. They look good at their best, but this is a different match. It may be a different story.
Well, if that's the benchmark that they set in the last game, then they've a lot to live up to. I thought they were excellent in the first match, Clive. Can they do it again?
It's Ivory Coast to kick things off. Difficult one to call this. Boca. Ivory Coast looking to threaten. Hit first time.
Oh, hit the bar and over. Decided to go back to the keeper. He's gone right through. Oh, he scored. Oh, yes. Delight for the home fans. Their team are in front.
One end one moment, the other end the next. Fast, fleet-footed breakaway football.
Yeah, great bit of individual skill there. That really is brilliant football.
Another look here, Andy, different angle.
Away once more. Scores 1-0.
Opportunity here. Lost control of it.
Delivers it in. And it's all square again.
What would they do without him? He's a genius at times, goal after goal.
You know, look at those fans. They adore this guy, and you can see why.
Worth another look at this skill and technique there.
Nothing between them. It's now 1-1.
Kaja. And news coming in from the game involving Paraguay.
They've doubled their lead there. They're 2 up.
Tries his luck. Got a tackle in. Kaja. Yao Kouassi. Max Gradle.
Can he deliver? Someone's unmarked. Goalkeeper's clapping his hands and encouraging the man in front of him.
Volleyed it. Oh, it's just off target. Not his favourite side, in fairness.
Yeah, look at the fans. They're frustrated, but they don't realise that's on his weaker foot. He's just rushed that. He's just grabbed at that a little bit, Clive, and that's the reason why he's missed a great opportunity.
Ivory Coast have got themselves a free kick. I thought it was going in for a moment, but he didn't get the right bend on it.
No, it didn't really take enough care with that one, Clive. He has got to hit that target.
Too high, he's better than that. Usually hits the target from that range.
Head down, keep your head down over the top of that ball.
He won't struck this man off the ball easily. Good position here. Intercepted well, taking the pressure.
There's the referee's whistle. Half-time then. It's now 1-1.
You know, the visitors have shown today that on their travels, they're a match for anybody. They've had a real cutting edge to their play. They're a dangerous side, this lot.
The referee's whistle blows for the start of the second half. One or two are pleased to hear his half-time whistle.
Yaya Toure.
Can he pick a cross? Will he find a man?
Drop bar!
A shot too close to the keeper. Then they've won to responding to the other, but both managers are preparing to change personnel. Obadi has support here. Mustn't lose it like that. Chance maybe. There's had a go. Great defending, that's him all over. Got it over. A waste of a cross. Didn't test the defence. Opened up for him here. It was a chance missed, but they've got to get that out of their minds now and create another.
The players are about to learn the time that the referee wants added on. Max Gradle.
Who's on the end of this?
Poor cross, really. Easy for the defender. Some you win, some you lose, and some could go either way but end in stalemate. This was one such game. Never quite did enough, though, did they?
No, I don't think they did. I think they'd had to settle for a point, Clive, but I couldn't separate the two teams today. That draw written all over it after about 10 minutes.
Thanks for being with us today. Andy and I will see you again soon.
All the goals. All the action.
That could be the game right there.
EA Sports Talk Radio. Your home for the Brazil 2014 World Cup.
From the Embassy Row studios in the crummy part of Soho, Rog, there's one thing you have to give us, the Men in Blazers, whatever you think about us, is we train hard for our craft.
We bring it.
We do, we bring it. We train much more than we actually broadcast.
And so do international teams, David.
It's true.
They spend so much time, probably 2 to 3 days, training together to the day of game day, yet still it's not enough. And this is what makes me so excited about training day, David.
Yeah.
Training day.
Yeah.
Because the honest truth is, we obsess about our international teams.
Yeah.
24/7.
Yeah.
364. We take a day off for Arbor Day.
Yeah.
To think about the trees. But the international managers, in reality, have very little time together with their teams. It's what makes these days right ahead of us so crucial.
And we're always asking those questions, Rog, like, why are our team playing like that? Why is he playing on the left wing?
It's because international football, amongst the teams who play it at the highest level, is about an idea. It's about an idea. And training days are the days when the idea can be sown or cannot be sown. This is a chance for the manager to define his values, his philosophy, that can propel this team towards taking their individual abilities and making them focused, dedicated on the coherent whole.
You know what I believe in, Rog? I believe in creative visualization. I don't believe that you can achieve anything until you have seen yourself actually do it. I don't believe, I was a tennis player, Rog, I don't believe you can hit that backhand winner down the line with topspin until you've hit that backhand down the line winner in topspin 1,000 times, so that when you're faced with that situation in a real match, you can visualize exactly what it looks like and what it feels like and go and actually do it.
That's insane, David.
That's how I feel about training.
I believe, as a individual that's spoken to a lot of football managers, there's very little in the game of football that you cannot achieve without, I mean, you can just bring in a tiny little man who can rip phone books apart in front of your team, a motivator.
Yeah.
And can give them the determination, the vision, so that they can maximize their potential. Tactical education, social cohesion, strong men who rip phone books apart. That is World Cup gold.
Okay, Rog, we've got to take a break. But just before we go, I just want you to do this for me. Close your eyes and just think of the next insane thing that you're going to say when we come back. Okay, Rog, it's that time again for us to build our World Cup ultimate teams. We started out last time with Roger's goalkeeping choice, and he went with the mighty and mulleted Tony Meola between the sticks. And now it's my turn. Rog, I only had 2 candidates.
Portuguese goalkeeper from 2000.
No. I only had 2 rules. Number 1, I was thinking Manuel Neuer. Because this is a guy who can stop goals even when they cross the line by a yard and a half from Frank Lampard in that game in South Africa. If you can even let the ball cross the line and still prevent a goal being scored, you've got to be a miracle worker. I'm sure that EA have got that figured out. But in the end, I had to go it. Save of the century. I remember it, Rog. I was 4 years old. Gordon Banks. Gordon Banks. Gordon Banks.
Oh, we've gone for the obvious. Gordon Banks and Tony M.
Rog, once again, you've really made me think. I've got to think so hard. We're going to have to take a break until I can come back and actually say anything. We're going to take a break right back after this. Time for another email, Rog, delivered by Raven. And here it is. To the Men in Blazers from Adam Jackson.
AJ.
AJ.
Hey, AJ.
Do you think there's too much pressure on referees? And do you think it's time to introduce video replays to help them out?
I mean, really, AJ, I think what you're asking is, who in their right mind would want to be a referee?
Yeah.
Who in their right mind would want to be a referee?
Multi-cameras, 18 cameras at one of these TVs, HD. We're now going into the Ultra HD, the 4K era.
Yep.
Granular, we see every single little detail.
I know.
Super slow-mo replays.
Boxers or briefs, you don't need to tell us anymore.
Super slow-mo replays of every single moment of the game.
Yep. And you are covering vast acreage with a ball that moves much faster than you, with players that are mastering the arts of forging contact in the box and making it look like they were fouled, and you are possibly 30, 40 yards away with players in between you, linesmen who are like Beaker in the Muppets, terrified,
with very limited roles, there's not a lot that they can go and do.
Players who are earning 50 to 1,000 times more than you, who don't respect you whatsoever, who you're calling on a first name term. All right there, Wayne. Wayne doesn't even know who you are.